Hey, you there! Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 6v6 custom match here on the most amazing Roxas map generator on Viewer Wednesday shows. Shout out to the person who sent me this replay. Their name is down in the description of the video. Let's go ahead, without further ado, introduce our teams and our players. Starting off with Team 1 on the northeastern side of the map, and then we'll end with Team 2 on the southwestern side of the map. Taking a look at Team 1, let's go western side this time. We have in Chevy Crimson, it is Jackataj. He's playing as a Seraphim for this match as a 1400. To his east, we have in glow in the dark green, it is Major Body Odor. Hopefully he doesn't have that, because it definitely would be smelly in that ACU. He is an Aeon for this match as a 1300. In the middle here for Team 1, we have in Amethyst Purple, it is Rayla playing as a Cybran. He's a 2300, the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall by a decent margin of about 500 rating points. To his southeast in Batman Gray, it is Dr. Uday? W-Day? Dr. Day? Something like that. He is a Cybran. He is an 1100. And running out the front line in orange, the color orange, it is Bamba and Tequila. Definitely an interesting mix there. He is a Cybran as well. He is a 1000 rated. And rounding off Team 1 on the northeastern side of the map, we have Trato playing as a UEF in the rear guard slot as a 1400. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have one UEF, three Cybrans, and then one Aeon and one Seraphim, which means they have all the factions on their side of the map. Taking a look at Team 2's Eastern player, we have in Rust, it is the Seraphim of Playing 33. He is a 1600, again, as a Seraphim, and whenever I see 33, all I can think about is Expedition 33. Very, 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 very good game. To the west, we have in Light Oak 10, it is Babel. He's playing as an Aeon for this match as a 1300. In the middle for Team 2, we have in Regal Purple, it is Firv, the Billy Nuke Ambassador himself. He is a UEF. He is a 1700. To his northwest in Pac-Man Yellow, it is Martin with two A's. He is a Seraphim for this match as a 1000 rated. To his northwest in Ruby Red, it is the UEF of Bulldozer. He is also a 1000 rated. And rounding out Team 2 in the southwest corner of the map as the regular slot, we have Terrence Broad, Temmens Broad. He is a 1800, the highest rated player on Team 2. He is in Stitch Blue. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have three UEF, they have zero Cybrans, one Aeon, and two Seraphim. Yeah, I counted right. So Team 2 lacks only the Cybran faction, and Team 1 does have a little bit making up for that with three Cybrans on their side of the map. And for these 12 players on the map, before they scoop it all up, because I saw a decent amount of rocks, let's take a look at their reclaim situation. Currently sitting at 226,000 mass. That is a lot. They're pretty much all orangish red colored reclaim. It's just everywhere. It's everywhere, and a little bit kind of dry here and here, and a little bit in the middle of the map. But it is everywhere else on the map. So lots and lots of juicy reclaim, which means we should see the T3 units, T4 units very shortly because of all of that extra eco to go around. In terms of math, I'm trying to do 12 in my head. 24 would be 20,000. Let's say it was about 19,000 per player. So much mass to go around. And taking a look at the mexes. The mexes also same situation. Lots of mexes on the map. The major locations of additional reclaim, but mexes. We'll take a look at Team 1 side of the map, and we'll say this is theirs up here to the northwest. They have a quad mex. Looks like that's going to go to Jackataj. Towards the middle of the map, they also have a Trimex position. Again, not a lot of some reclaim nearby, so maybe they'll fight over that a little bit from Team 1 and Team 2. And besides that, really nothing else stand outish in terms of clumpage. There's still a lot of mexes to go around, though. A quad mix-ish, air quotes. So, Close enough, right? But besides that, lots and lots of reclaim, lots of mexes as well. So it's going to be very fast and loose in terms of the eco, and everyone trying to get their numbers up very, very quickly. In terms of calm distributions on the map, at least as of right now, everybody except for 2 players on Team 1 have left their main bases. We have 2 in the east and then 2 in the west. So it looks like it's going to be 2v2, 1v1-ish on the eastern side. We have Team 1's Bamba and Doctor versus Team 2's Babel and playing 33. Again, I say 2v2 because they might end up clashing into one another. They might end up being separate. It's just kind of over in that general area. Same situation, except Team 2's player of Martin hasn't left his base, so it's going to be 1v2 in a favor for Team 1, with Bulldozer also going for a T2 upgrade. He's a little bit further away, but at least is out of his main base. But I guess it kind of can be said for Jackatash, who already has a T2 land facility online. And we do see Team 1's Body Odor has pushed a little bit forward, but not too far into the middle. So it's still kind of 2v2-ish, 1v1-ish, 2v1-ish, whatever variants, whatever the heck you want to call it, in the west. And in the middle, it's kind of dry, kind of like the reclaim. We do see possible conv-com action happening between Doctor and Babel. Again, lots of reclaim to grab here, so he's immediately here. We see some engineers outbound from Babel to help scoop that up. We do see Firv is inbound to the middle of the map, and Team 2's Temens is walking around doing some upgrading of mexes. Still no movement out from the other 2 players on Team 1, but maybe we'll see some movement from Rayla here shortly. T2 upgrade now done on the western side, not only for Team 2's Bulldozer, but also for Martin, who is walking to the middle, just trying to get that upgrade nice online early, so that way he can have some nice T2 PD emplacements. Doctor and Babel fighting over rocks, and they are, again, decently sized rocks. They're not small little specks on the map. They are pretty large, considering how large those commanders are. We do see engineers from Team 1 nearby, and also some Aurora, making sure that they protect that a little bit of reclaim. And I like how the reclaim, if you reclaim some of the rock, it's still kind of there, just the shadow of it is there. I don't know if that's just a visual thing, but Team 1's Doctor is getting booped by Babel, and a lot of Aurora coming in from the north and from the south. This could be an early departure from Team 1. Oh, he's dropping hit points now. He's starting to cross about where Babel's comm is. We have some units inbound from Doctor, and Babel's starting to pull back. So it looks like it's going to be an equal exchange of damage between the 2 for the most part, or roughly for the most part. And it looks like Babel's not fleeing just yet. Wants to get a little bit more veterancy. Gun on the eastern side. We have Bamba almost done with that, going up against playing 33, who is now going for a T2 upgrade. In terms of the color distribution, we have red v red on the western side, orange v orange on the eastern side. We have purple v purple down the middle, and then lightish, kind of yellow, and then kind of a yellowish, but more of a greenish color facing off against one another. The only color mismap is light oak tan versus the dark gray, and then that is royal blue, not stitch blue. Apologies, versus the imperial gray of Team 1. So they kind of match up, but kind of not. It's kind of close. T2 almost done for Team 2's playing 33, and then stealth started for Bamba. Maybe going to go straight for Nano, maybe. Still, possible combi-com action is going to happen once again between Babel and Doctor. We see Babel kind of shielding his Aurora and using his comm, again, getting more veterancy for it. He's almost up to 1 star. That will help his hit points a decent amount, getting up to 10% more and a little bit more regen. The Aeons, of course, not known for their regen, but are known for their Aeon Sniper and Heavy Shield comms. Team 1 on the western side, nothing too crazy happening. We do see some Ilshis running again, and that's partly due to the fact that Jackatash went for T2 super early, so that way he could get all of those units online. 2 T2 land headquarters is, again, don't understand why there's right next to one another, and there's one back there. You probably could just eliminate one of those and only have the frontline one and the backup one in the base, but hey, who am I to judge? Just point things out and make a comment about it once in a while. Again, still really nothing happening in the middle of the map. We have Firv. Again, he's hanging out all by his lonesome. Not really a lot of units nearby. Even from nearby players, there's just a couple of Firv is running. Was that a Firv or was that an Aurora? That's an Aurora, not a Firv. But eastern side, Doctor is not getting some veterancy for himself. He is progressing a little bit slower than Babel just because he's been focusing on it a little bit more. Eastern side, we have some T2 hoplites in the mix going up against a bunch of Zooey and Tham, so not really a great mix there, but he does have a Rhino to back up. T2 PD has been pushing into Bamba's position. T2 PD trying to be used as a counter to Team 2's playing 33. He has gun in T2, it's gun and stealth, so Team 2 can, oh, they can see him now. They have visual contact of the comm. And Bamba, not looking too great. He's dropping into the yellow. T2PD is going to be almost immediately denied after it's built. And we do see some units inbound to that base. Going to try to thin out those numbers just a smidge, or at least eliminate the engineers so no more of them are built. Bamba's losing hit points pretty quickly here, dropping into the red, sub 2,500 and falling. He almost has some veterancy, but Bamba's probably not going to make it home. And there he goes. Team 1 loses the first play of the game at almost 11 minutes on the clock, due to some gun comm and PD action. And now with the death of Team 1's Bamba, the base most likely will go over to either Rayla. Of course, it will default highest rated player, and then maybe it'll be over to Doctor. Maybe Rayla will keep it. We'll see what they end up doing. Doctor over here to the west of that eastern side, not looking too hot still. He's still in the mid yellows. We do see shield being built on Babel's comm. He's going for shield now after his gun speed / range upgrades have finished. And again, Team 2 now have visual contact of Draja's comm. Oh, sorry, not Draja's, but Doctor I'm not going to say that. I don't know how to pronounce it. Overcharge misses. He gets a little bit of hit point. No hit points back. He was in the yellow just for a smidgen, but no, he just walks into fire and now he is gone. So Team 1 loses a second player within about a minute of the first one. And now it is a 4v6 in favor for Team 2, the southern western team of the game. And again, that's going to go over to Rayla, but it is giving another base to the highest rated player in the game by, again, a decent margin. So maybe not the best idea, but it's kind of sometimes hard where players just rush at you and there's only so much you can do about it. Towards the northwestern side, again, nothing really happening. T3 lands online for Team 1, and maybe T3 land is almost online for Team 2. Again, they're building up, and they're probably going to crash here shortly. But the only thing that we do see from the western side is Team 1's major body odor moving in with that major body odor and pushing him with all of these blazes. Team 2 doesn't really have a lot of defenders online. We do see T3 land almost done. Probably, doesn't want to cancel that, but again, doesn't have a lot of forces online. Doesn't have a backup facility. The comm is here building some more T2 PD, but he's not looking too good. We do see some reinforcements from Team 2's Bulldozer to assist. And we do see ASFs online for Team 2, and I would assume ASFs are, online for Team 1. Both teams have T3 air online, at least for one player. Yep, switching over to Team 1 PD a little bit faster to build a couple of Obsidian T2 heavy tanks in the mix. Very, very annoying to deal with. We do see a new minted Otham on the front lines. He's going to lose that P-Gen and those shielding. Definitely doesn't want to lose the third one, but hey, 2 out of 3 for Team 1 is better than 0 out of 3, and that force has been dealt with by the combined efforts of that western side. So nice defense and nice attack, though. Again, it wipes out some power. What does that do to his power grid, though, is the question. Oh, not great. Not bad, because he's getting some overflow from his teammates, but not good either. So definitely needs to fix that sooner rather than later. Should be really easy. Just rebuild on top of that. Yep, I'm doing that right now. I'm going to get that power situation fixed right soon, quick. We do see Babel's pushing in, maybe a little bit aggressive, maybe. Again, 2 players are dead on Team 1 side of the map over here, so he can be a little bit more aggressive. But there is going to be a natural tendency for Rayla to push this way just to solidify that front line. Still has to deal with Firv and any sort of action down this way, as we see Babel is actually gearing up with some forces over here. Firv's not pushing in a whole lot. He is getting some of those Cougars online for some AA coverage, as well as some nice little Percys standing there with their big, giant one-armed cannons. Advanced range started for Babel on the eastern side, and here comes a couple of bricks scouting the eastern attack front. Maybe we do see some Ilshis being built. Playing 33 should probably have T3 land online, and that's partly due to the fact that there's just been a lot of reclaim on the map. Talking about reclaim, we're sitting at 145 for Team 2, 138,000 for Team 1. That means that's more mass that was on the map that's been scooped up. So they're already just skyrocketing ahead. Again, 14 minutes. It's a lot of reclaim to scoop up. And then Team 2 ahead in the eco, a decent amount by about 100 or so mass in their favor. So it is something for Team 1 to definitely think about. But of course, they don't know what Team 2 has. Team 2 doesn't know what Team 1 has. So it's kind of playing in the dark. We have the benefit, of course, of knowing everything all at once, which is a gift and sometimes a curse sometimes. Percy going after a loyalist and a couple of bricks. That's not going to work in the Percy's favor. That Percy is going to die on the vine, and there he goes. Northwestern side still, besides that attack from Major Body Odor, not really too much. We do say that the army from Jackatage is inbound. Bulldozer has been getting some T2 and T1 PD. I do like this double PD wall section that he's built here. Kind of nice to get a little bit more power, or at least in terms of firepower downrange, and that's not looking good for him. Ilshis are crashing in, Autumn's chasing after him. That probably will have to be another name of group of units that I'll have to figure out what we want to name is Ilshis, because they are used a ton. And he's losing hit points pretty quickly. We have Harmagers and Blazes and Ilshis and no Autumns because they're going a different direction. And there he goes. Team 2 loses their first player of the game. Team 1 gets their first scalp. And just a little under 16 minutes, Team 2 loses a player. So it is now a 5v6 still. Sorry, 5v4 in favor for Team 2 still. At 16 minutes, looks like Timmins Broad gets the base. And I don't think he'll have too much for TT land headquarters. Not super great. Again, probably would be fine just to have the additional one and call it a day. More Percy's coming online, though, for Team 2. That should pretty much be enough. He will lose this base. There's also some sniper bots mixed in there from Team 1. So I do think he's going to have to watch out for that for the most part. But we'll see what the sniper bots do. The Percy should be more than enough to start dealing with those Harbingers. But everything else, it's definitely a concerning thing altogether. Eastern side, another attack starting to brew. We have some missile launchers raining in from Team 2. We have engineers being dropped off. Oh, nope, scratch that. They're not being dropped off because they would have just been immediately shot at. So they're going to fall back and not let that happen again. With the additional eco of triple base, Rayla is able to push in, at least on this eastern side. Again, he's naturally focusing on said eastern side because that is where he's weaker. We do see the comm of Tronto's here, but he's going for Ras. He has T3 on board. Not really an offensive comm, more utility. Maybe build some Ravagers or something just to help out. But he's not going to push in with the commander. Probably losing another player before 20 minutes. Probably not the best idea. But it does most likely give Rayla another base, so there is that to consider. T2, I would assume, yep, is on board for Firv, going for TAC Missile, the long-range boom upgrade starting for him. Maybe we'll say boom depending on what he kills off. We do see some Optims and some Obsidians in the base. We see some Percys still trying to defend. And again, it's the situation where there's a lot of forces still inbound, and the sniper bots are keeping back. Going after the P-Gens, going after the Mexes will probably be the two biggest things. You're probably not going to get the headquarters. There are engineers repairing it as we speak, but probably would be better off to just go after even maybe just the Percys in general, just to deal with the defenders. We do see some Optims inbound from Martin from the east, moving in to try to go after those sniper bots. Team 1 sending a force of bricks down the front line. Pretty much a wall section versus Team 2's half a charge of Percys. We do see Firv's hanging out here. Missile is now loaded on board and is ready to fire. Did not mean to do that. And bricks running into some Cougars. And we do see some PD also in the midst of here from Babel 33. I'm combining players on Team 2. Babel helping out with those defenses. Again, they are distracting Team 1's forces and aren't giving the Percys time to shoot at them from behind. Eastern side, it's just a back and forth PD, comms, gunships now on the front lines for Team 2's playing 33 just to help out in some way. Cuts down on the travel time a little bit with their gunships, but again, very easily defeated with those AA, depending if they're T2 or T3. And it's just too many Percys here for the remaining bricks to deal with. They need to fall back. Something I have noticed with higher ranked players is that once they kind of know a land fight isn't really going to go their way, whatever losses they've taken, they'll just leave that and leave whatever they have left alive. Because to them, if they're already going to lose the battle, you might as well fall back. Yes, the opponent is going to get some mass from those forces, but at least something from that initial attack does make it home, or at least it's safer territory, or tries to, instead of just launch everything, kill off whatever you can, and then build a new army. I have seen that trend, so it's just a thing that I've kind of not pointed out, but I've kind of seen and figured that I pointed out. Team 1 on the western side looks decent. Again, they've killed off one player from Team 2, and that's a Billy Nuke. A good thing it wasn't a calm kill, but it's a Billy Nuke. Team 1's... Wow, Tronto went for that Varric before 20 minutes. A Billy Nuke launched and landed, which means two things. Firv definitely needs to step it up in terms of how fast he's going for his Billy Nuke. And second, the fact that Team 2 needs a lot more TMD. That's the two things. And some PD not doing so well with that tiny little smidgen of land. Kind of, again, not doing great in terms of where they're lined up. That's the one downside. If these were Tridents, or if... sorry, not Tridents, Triads, or if they were, Oblivions, then they would have been able to shoot those units because they have a little bit of a curve to their shot. Babel moves in with a nice little shield, advanced range, speed, Aeon Sniper mini tank, and then we have playing 33 with gun missile and T2 on board as well. So 2 missiles on board for Team 2, 1 Billy Nuke on board for Team 1 that I have noticed so far. Does Jack Attach have any upgrades besides... Nope, he doesn't even have T2 on board. He is going for a chicken, though. I did see that on the little build screen right next to his name. Billy Nuke inbound for Firv's position. Ooh, the Billy Nuke ambassador being Billy Nuked himself. That's a little bit of irony there. There's a joke there somewhere. And somebody commented that a group of Billies should be named Firv. I feel like that's an... Oh, missile gets redirected. But I probably would leave that up to everybody and see if that'd be a good name for a group of Billy Nukes. I don't know if it's just a group of Billy Nukes that have landed or a group of Billy Nukes that have just exist on the map, but boom, wipes out a couple of frontline facilities. Firv is undamaged, but the facilities are down nonetheless, and he's going to be building more TMD here shortly. You best believe that. Eastern side, you see... Are those E-storages? What are they? What? Oh, are those the TMD? That's not what the TMDs look like. Who's building those? Are those are the Aeon engineers? What are you building, Aeon engineer? Are those AA emplacements? I forget if that's what they look like when they're kind of in their initial stage. Are you going to build it? No? Just going to ignore that? Okay, never mind. I wanted to see what that was, and you're not going to tell me what it is. Fine, be like that. Anyway, in terms of time on the clock, 21 minutes have elapsed. Team 1 and Team 2 about the same. Team 2 barely in the lead. Again, not by much. We saw it was 1.5 to 1.5, so not a whole lot between the two teams at this point. Another Billy Nuke is inbound. Team 1 has lost 2 players, being Bamba and then Dr. WDAE. And then Team 2 has lost Bulldozer. After that, another Billy Nuke lands, wiping out, or trying to wipe out more forces. A couple of Harbingers inbound. Again, kind of hard-pressed to shoot through a hill that's kind of hanging out over there. Again, kind of hard to see that in this view, but you really zoom in, get a little bit of an angle on it. And yeah, that's a hill, and it's pretty much as tall as those Percys. And Loyalist tries to get behind a hill, and the Percys say, no. No hill for you. No. Eastern side, Monkey Lord. Ooh, Monkey Lord online for Team 1. We have Babel being hit by a little bit of a brick wall. Instead of him running into said brick wall, it's the brick walls hitting him. Playing 33 is on an upgrade. He's rooted to the spot, and his PD definitely are there. He can definitely see it if he's paying attention, and he's backing up. He's like, nope, it's not worth it, but he might get caught up to. Babel's here as well. He does have the first shield, so there's a little bit more protection than playing 33, but not by much. He's dealing with the wall section that's now kind of been cut in half, and the chicken that was being built is going to be denied. Overcharge is inbound, wipes out a chunk of the hit points. Playing 33, not looking good. He's walking right after him. Rayla sees him. Another overcharge. It's going to be close. One more might be enough. If playing 3, if Babel come in. Oh, and playing 33 kills off the Monkey Lord. Nice. Almost died. But well, almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades and anything else that applies to it. Is that a Billy Nuke from Team 1? That is a Billy Nuke from Team 1. Oh, barely misses that. That would have been awkward if those forces walked this way and he blew them up. That'd be, you would think that was Team 2's Billy Nuke, but it's not. So, That would have been awkward. Anyway, we have some ASFs hanging out over here on the eastern side. No idea why they're over there. We see some broadswords. Maybe they're trying to help out with the Monkey Lord just in case it wasn't enough to stop him earlier. Western side, Ythotha versus Ythotha, but assisted by an ice cream sandwich from the Fat Boy variety. Otham's inbound. Percy's inbound. Are you? Yep, you are building forces on the back. Love to see that. Chicken is down, however, for Team 2, but Chicken will die here shortly for Team 1 anyways. Ironstorm activates in the middle of a couple of Othams and a couple of sniper bots. That's never good. Billy the Reclaim says Rayla. I mean, that is an idea. You're using mass to deny mass, so that's one way to use a Billy Nuke. It does do, I think it's 11,000 damage or 10,500 or something. Something around. It does about 10k damage. And gunship targeting one lonely little brick that was just left on the side of the road. But 2 chickens are dead on the western side as well. Looks like the Reclaim might go to Team 2 just because of the Fat Boy that's securing anything nearby. So he's going to be able to get that nice and easy 24 minutes on the clock. And, oh, we almost had a scare of somebody dying, but he's like, I don't care about missile. I want my nano. Maybe he's going to go straight for advanced regen just to keep himself alive even more. That might be a smart idea. We do see Babel again pushing in a little bit. Again, 24 minutes. Snipes are most definitely possible at this point. And in terms of air, I haven't focused on it too much. Team 1, Strato expanding his air grid at least a little bit. Artillery started, not 24 minutes, probably 23-ish minutes. And, okay, it's a Twilight. I thought that was a nuke. I was like, why are you building it right next to it? Anyway, so artillery has been started by Team 1's radar, so he's thinking about how to end the game. Why? You see this down here? See all these spy planes hanging out down here? Why are they down there? Why? This is what Team 2 can see with those. They can't... Actually, that's Team 1. Team 1 can't... No, they can see a little bit. Another Billy Nuke lands there. But this is what they can see a little bit, but not a whole lot. I mean, I guess it's kind of constant on the edge of the map. Look at that. Just constant on the edge of the map. At that point, you might as well just swing it all the way back to base and kind of just create this kind of infinite loop of spy planes. But I do find it funny. They're constantly stacking up there. And then Team 2, this is their view. Not a lot of scouting. I would like to see a little more. And, of course, they don't see the artillery. So that's not going to bode well for them here shortly. Fat Boy pushing in a little bit more, making sure they really secure that reclaim field, and then a couple of units outbound from Martin to assist as well. Babel on the eastern side, now moving in and trying to get to that. Is that a hill or is that flat? That's a flat ground. But Overcharge wipes out that brick. He's probably up to, oh yeah, he's already up to 5-star vet. He's killed off 30,000 mass with his comm alone, which is impressive when you consider that he doesn't have missile. That's just him with his gun. He's doing very well for himself. And we do see ASFs engaging the gunships. Ooh, that's unfortunate. The ASFs from Team 2 were not in position. They're going to fly over AA once again. Not a lot down there, but there's some. And they are just immediately, they're just like, we can't turn. And Babel's defeated by Rayla by a Monkey Lord. Ooh, that's got to hurt. Team 2 loses another player. This time it's on the eastern side. It's a 4v4 tied-up game once again. And Playing 33 is out of there. Another Billy Nuke lands right here hanging out. And Megalith is in for a little bit of a rude awakening, I presume. Fat Boy firing on the position. There's spearheads. Yeah, spearheads and Percy's. That's a lot of missiles, and they fire a lot of them all at once. Look at those things. And some of those are missiles, some of those are artillery shells from the Fat Boy. They kind of look very similar, to be honest with you. And there he goes. Didn't get far. Nope. Did not get far with that one. So, unfortunately, Team 2 loses the play, and it opens it up a little bit. We have Monkey Lord over here. We have gunships inbound. That line of PD is down. Is that... That's an absolver hanging out. That's what that is. They do very, very, very minuscule amount of damage with their weapon system. It's mainly used for dealing with shielding. So they're very good against Seraphim stuff. They're good against, obviously, the Titan. At least taking out the shield. They're not good at actually killing the thing. They're just good at taking out the shielding itself. Chicken comes in, finishes off the Monkey Lord. And again, a little bit more reclaim for Team 2's playing 33. In terms of reclaim totals, we did see it was 100 and some. Oh, it's a lot higher now. Team 2, 330,000. Team 1, 193 mass reclaimed. That's over 500,000 already, and we're a little bit over half of the game. Nuke has now been started. There it is. Long range kaboom coming online. He's already at 12% and climbing. Nuke inbound from Team 1 once again. Wipes out the shielding for the army, but not actually really a whole lot of the actual army. And Trotzel just being constantly firing that thing. He's up to 26,000 mass killed with that. So less mass than Babel killed with his comm alone. So needs to get those numbers up a little bit. Chicken online for Team 1, Jackatage. And Fat Boy still hanging out over here. Again, not really a great engagement for the chicken, but if he gets close enough, he will kill off the Fat Boy. But if the second Fat Boy is built, good luck getting anywhere near that thing. Speaking of which, one is almost done. To the east of that, we do see a couple of Harbingers in the base for Team 2's Martin. We do see a chicken online for him, though. And even though they killed off maybe a mech or two, and I love this, they retask onto a mech behind them just to kill off something. And was that a PD emplacement or an SMD? Looked like an SMD, but maybe it was a PD emplacement. And then T3 mech's not going to be taken offline. He loses one. I think the trade's definitely a little bit in favor for Team 2, though. Second, Fat Boy online. Oh, this one's this one's kind of almost dead. Where's the shielding for Firv? Is he done? Oh, he doesn't. That's not good. Shielding is going down. The base for Trotzel up there on that plateau is going down. And he's like, nope, not staying there anytime soon. I'm going home, sipping some iced tea and hanging out at the beach. My time with the Nuke, at least for now, is over. He'll probably still use it over here, but again, it's not as close as it once was to Firv's position. Firv should be done with that Nuke. Yep, it is. And he's already loaded it, ready to fire it. Team 2, haven't checked on your air grid. SMD there, love to see that. And a couple of mass fabs, a couple of them donated over to Timmons. No idea what that's about. It looks like he just wanted to help out a little bit. Western side, Chicken moves him to help secure. Fat Boy is defeated, but the Chicken is defeated right on top of the recon. Nice shot from that Percy, though. And another explosion somewhere to the east. Nuke lands near a Chicken, so definitely not happy about that. A little bit overdone that Chicken is now. Not as good as it could have been. And Nuke is inbound. Oh, it's decently timed. We'll kill off at least all 5 of those. So, hey, that's that. About half the army from Team 1's. Who's that? His major body order is down and walks right into a line of multiple Fat Boy fire. That's never a good thing. And Bug is online for Team 1. I feel like most people know that I don't really have fond feelings of the Bug. I just don't find it as useful as the other 2 air experimentals, but hey, it does have its purpose nonetheless. But it's online for Team 1. They do have yeah, they do have air control. Nuke's inbound to the middle of the Fat Boy. Shielding gets fixed, and shielding takes a hit, and Firv is like, I gotta move those because he's gonna blow those up if I don't. Eastern side, 2 chickens kill off another Monkey Lord, and now it's just build some wall sections. Looks like he has about 2-ish, 1-ish of them. Not enough for a brick house, though. You need at least 4 for those. And a couple more Harbingers caught kind of unawares. Team 2, again, this lane has been kind of dead. This lane has been a little bit back and forth. This lane's kind of dead, and this one's back and forth. So it looks like the middle of the map in terms of the Middle East and the Middle West is kind of dead in terms. There's not a lot of back and forth. They're kind of shifting either to the middle or to the west. They're not really going down this. We see a little bit of action, but not a whole lot. And 2 chickens gonna get shot at by a Soul Ripper. Are they trying to shoot at it from the ground? They can't shoot up. That's kind of what it looked like for a moment. And the wiping clean of the frontline facilities is going well. That chicken will die. 4-star vet. And hey, it will do some damage on the way out, I guess. Maybe, hopefully not to its own chicken mate. That would be kind of painful for him. GC online for major body order. Going to intercept a chicken. Chicken does have some Othams assisting by the side order or so. 2, 4, 6. There's 8 of them, so not almost a side. It's like a small order of fries or something. Never will not be able to think about Optimus being French fries at this point because I think side order from that one commenter, I think it was a week or so ago now, and that's all I can think about. It's forever in my brain. So shout out to whoever commented that. I don't remember your name, but it's stuck in my head and it's not going anywhere. Air grid is kind of unshielded. Speaking of which, artillery is inbound. Shielding is going up now, but not looking good for Team 2's air player of Temence. Artillery, like I said, is done. It was the one that Rayla was building and then handed it over to Trotto to micro the... Oh, that's going to be a cascade. Multiple pigeons are heavily damaged. That is a not good cascade for Team 2. He still has them for now. All it's going to take is one well-placed artillery shot, and that's pretty much all dead. Is this going to be it? Is this going to be the one? Oh, almost. Again, just all either in the red or in the yellow. There's a shot. Kills off the shield that was being built. Oh, that's so not good for that air grid. Oh, there's a shot to the east. Now watch, I'm going to fly away for 30 seconds, come back, and it's going to be completely destroyed. Chicken engaging another Fat Boy. Fat Boys do not need to get that close. And that Fat Boy is having a nice friendly chat with that chicken. Okay, this has to be the shot. Here. Is this the shot? Oh, there it goes. There goes that whole cascade. Hey, the T3 air headquarters is still there. It's something. It's not a lot, but it's something. But conga line looks like of Fat Boys to the south, but there's a couple of forces. Looks like the brick wall and the bug is going to be perfectly fine. We're dealing with that. Couple of gunships also online for Rayla. Another bug online for Team 1's Rayla. I mean, hey, if it's working, don't break it. Don't change it. Chicken on the eastern front. Nothing really focusing down here. Again, there is a megawatt that started, but if Team 2 were to engage, which I guess they're doing now, they will easily deny that. And again, that's partly because Rayla's focusing all the attention here because Firv is launching a direct assault across the middle. And you don't have the... Well, I was going to say you don't have the Billy Nuke from Team 1 to try to deny him, but I think another one is inbound. Just constantly getting a hit. Will not stop getting shot at. Dang, those two Fat Boys have just been through a lot of it. That one's a 4-star vet, doing very well for itself. Artillery changing targets under the PGen Mass Fab farm over here to the west. Multiple of them being built by Martin to get his eco up. We do see Playing 33 with double base at 1.1k. And then Martin at 800. And then everybody else is below that. So Team 2 is heavily in the lead for eco at 3.2, 3.1, 3.0. Team 1 at 1.9. Chicken in the base for Team 1's Vine body odor. And it's not his main base, it's his main production facility. So he's going to have lots of engineers looking for work because they need to rebuild that thing. We do see some more PG and mass fab farming. I would like to see some shielding on that. I mean, we do see some shielding for Major Body Odor's comm, but just a little bit, just two, one on each side, just something. Billy Nuke landed once again from Team 1. Man, Tato is just spamming those things out. I don't think I've seen Firv launch one yet, maybe. I mean, what's he doing for mass killed? He's at almost 20, so he's probably launched at least one or two. But there's that Pigeon Mass Fab Farm going down. Couple of E-storages going down. That's not helping the eco situation for Martin. And another chicken is down for Jacketage. We do see Restoration Field coming online for him. He has Advanced Nano. So he's going for Protect My Stuff as long as possible. That's whatever close I can hut. Ooh. Okay, so predictions of what's about to happen in about 20 seconds. Let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game. Of course, if you haven't done so already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you this much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, it's a 4v4 for now. Billy Nuke inbound. Oh, it doesn't hit an ASF. Tries to hit and doesn't hit those bugs. And Firv, you're not looking good there. Dropping below 50%. Gets underneath a Fat Boy shield for a brief moment of respite. Gets... Oh, nope. And nope. And he's gone. Team 2 loses Firv due to the bugs from Team 1's Rayla. Air player, where is our air player? Says Firv get Rex so so badly, I think is what he meant. So hardly air. Oh, get Rex so hardly air. I think that's what he meant. And artillery raining in on Temmin's position, actually. He's hanging out with a shield. So he has 31,000 hit points on board. And ASF's protecting those bugs quite nicely. There's a couple of AA emplacements nearby. That bug's still not dead, but it will be dealt with here shortly, I would imagine. Now the base for Team 2's Temmin's is going to be taken out. At least the western base he got from Bulldozer. Yeah, that's not going well. AA is being built now. They're building T1 to just build something at this point. And that Solarper's now gotten some veterans, so he's a little bit further away from dying, but again, it's not going well. Looks like everything gifted over to Temmin's. And it's Temmin's and we had Martin. Oh, it's another one of those secret control Ks. There was nothing. So Martin control Ks. It's now a 4v2 in Team 1's favor. I believe for the first time in the game, once Firv died, it was the first time in the game. Might have to start recording those, maybe. Maybe I'll do it for this one, maybe I won't. But I just don't like the fact that those control Ks aren't commented on the game. It's annoying. Mass platform going down. Again, that's not going to go well. Definitely don't fly your ASFs over it. That's probably not the best idea, but, they're not gunships. That would be worse. Flying your gunships over a giant grid like that, probably not a good idea when it explodes. Not so much. 10 minutes sending the Fat Boys in. There's not a lot of defenders at home for Team 1's Rayla. We do see a nuke has been started and half loaded for them. So, that's... And another... Okay, never mind. There's another bug online. Artillery from Team 2, it looks like, is inbound. We have a donut being started, a second one being built, and another one, so third and fourth one being built by Playing 33. Raining in on the air grid from Team 1, so a little bit of counter action there. Hasn't targeted that, but Team 2's Temmin's is defeated by Trottil's bugs, gifted over from Rayla. And there goes that. That all blows up over there. That's going to blow up here shortly. It's not going to be a fun day for everything on the ground. Oh, and that bug takes a little bit of AoE damage from those P-gens and the mass fabs and the whatnot. But he's up to 5-star vet. He's up to 5-star vet. He's up to 5-star vet. Doing very well for those bugs. And a couple of stuff's going to be blowing up down there. Team 2 has, again, one player left. You can't count Martin because he's dead. And that is another kill for Team 1. It's a 4v1. We do have this inbound attack of chickens and Fat Boys. It's a race to the bottom of the game. We have AA being commented about by Firv, like build Sam's, build the everything. And again, it's 4v1, so those APM numbers are definitely down. But he's just say full send it and call it a day. Does not care. Trying to go back and forth constantly. It's just going to suck your APM dry, make a decision, and then go to the next thing. That Fat Boy's going to die, but that artillery plus the nuke. Oh, it might get fired in time. The chickens are going to go west just for a smidgen of time. Nuke is going to launch immediately. They have seconds. They have moments. And, it was almost done. There goes the artillery about a half second after that. So the nuke and the artillery are down. Team 2 down in the south. How are you doing? That first set of artillery is down. 2 bugs remain. That bug, both of them are heavily damaged. AA has been built a little bit in time. Let's see if it'll be enough. 1 bug is down. Going to crash land on that AA. That's not going to matter. That second bug is going to take out most of the shielding, but that will be the end. It did take out one of the generators, though, but that is it. Trottil was defeated by Playing 33 by some chickens and a GC mixed in. Team 1 loses a player right as his bugs die. His comm dies. That's unfortunate. Now we have Rayla falling back to the northwest. And honestly, at this point, because Team 2's Playing 33 was not eliminated there, I think he might have it. And GC on the front lines picks up a couple of Percy's. Again, will note, stop walking the Fat Boys in the middle of the action. But again, I know everything's going crazy and whatnot, so I get it. There he goes. He doesn't get veterancy yet, so that helps out a little bit. We have chickens going through a narrow pass. Looks like a bug wreck landed right in front of him, so that's a little annoying. But hey, wrecks don't impede movement. Artillery trying to go after a mass fab. They're trying to hide in the corner. I don't know if Team 2... Oh, somebody. Looks like Martin actually is the one drawing. He control K. I still wish that they would fix that. Looks like Team 2 doesn't see him. Oh, yeah, they know he's up there, though. One chicken's going to divert over there. It's 3v1, soon to be 2v1. We have Major Body Oda's base. His base is essentially gone. There's the chicken. There's Rayla going down to the chicken. So I make one arty. I mean T2 tech artillery. ACU instead of trying to attack where artillery or my mid says Trottil. Eastern side, there's a little bit of action. Nothing too crazy, though. And yeah, look at that. He's like, just go that way. And 40 minutes on the clock. Fat Boy gonna die again to a close range chicken fire blast. Gets a couple of shots and kills off some ass fabs with its death. So hey, that's something. Or at least as it dies. Oh, he's gonna turn around, maybe face the music, maybe. Optim's inbound. They see the comm. And Major Body Odor is not gonna live much longer. Will he get killed off by a laser? Nope. Gets killed off by the Autumn from Team 2's playing 33. And now we have just Jackatash remaining. He's like, full send it that way. Go away. See you. Bye. But again, the territory of map that he controls changed dramatically in the last 5 minutes. Just that one chicken, one Fat Boy. You got to flip those lines up. And then Team 1's Jack. He knew what was happening. And he control Ks, and that is game over. Still no stupid thing about the death, the nonsense. But Team 2 wins the game. It almost looked like Team 1 was going to win it, but I think a lot of that had to do with just kind of a weaker air that Team 2 had. Once Team 2 lost the air, like a lot of those experimental gunships got built, and they were able to just kind of steamroll Team 2. And they again almost got to almost got to playing 33. Had maybe that third chicken been alive, had the third bug been alive, had maybe I don't know, they had more hit points. Maybe they could have gone after the comm and maybe got him, and that would have been the win there. But once that died, Trottil died, and it was just kind of a downhill from there. It was one very much a last-ditch effort because the land was inbound and it wasn't getting stopped anytime soon, as we saw. So hopefully everybody enjoyed it. It's a little bit shorter of the normal games that I cast, but hopefully you enjoyed it nonetheless. Again, thank you so much for watching the very end of the video. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't, because why not? Why not at this point? Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I will see all of you in the next one.